What's up everyone, Danny Lightning back, and this is a guide for War Robots Frontiers on building a robot. Actually, let's turn this into a complete starter's guide. So we're going to cover the building process, weapons, modules, how to get everything. We'll just try to cover everything you need to know to get a good start and figure out how this game works. That way, if you start playing the game, you're going to know exactly what to do and what you need to do and things like that. So we'll start off with the building process. We'll show you how to get all your stuff, and then we'll go do some gameplay and kind of walk you through a little tutorial on a game as well. Now, if you notice, we got a robot, not a robot, we got a hangar. If we got a hangar here with 5 robots and a Alpha or a Titan. Now, starting from scratch, it took me about, I would say, 2 hours to get 4 robots and a Titan in my hangar. And after about 3 to 4 hours, I had a full hangar of robots, full of weapons, all the modules, everything I need to build a full hangar in about probably 4 hours. Currently, there are no paid items in this game. I mean, you do have to buy the game and you get some stuff when you buy it. And it does show a spot for like a battle pass and this and that. But currently, there's no in-game purchases, but there probably will be soon for a few different things. But as of right now, all I had to do was get on the game and play, and I was able to build all these robots. So let's get into the build. Now I'm going to click on where it says mech loadout, and you're going to see I've got a chassis, which are the legs. We got a torso, which is the upper body. Then we got a left shoulder and a right shoulder. So each one of these things has health, armor, weight, energy drain, and energy capacity. Now most of the robot parts don't seem to have any energy drain, but the weapons do, and so do the modules. Now some shoulders can hold 1 weapon and some shoulders can hold 2 weapons. And then when you go over to your torso, some can hold a weapon and some cannot. So if the torso holds a weapon, you can actually have a 5 weapon build, but you got to watch out on the weight. If you notice, my weight capacity is pretty much full on this robot, and my energy drain is pretty close to being full. So you can build 5 weapon builds. You're going to notice I just changed my legs and it says I am overweight. Down at the bottom, you're going to see 2 little bars under the robot. One is going to be the weight capacity and one is going to be the energy capacity. So each robot has something different there depending on what parts you have installed and all that good stuff. Now let's say you want to change your legs. If you have legs available, you just click on the legs. And then whatever you have is going to come up. Now if it's kind of like blacked out, you don't have it. But these are the ones that I currently have available, and you can just click on whichever one you want to use, and bam, there we go. Now you can see with these legs on this particular build, my energy capacity is full, so I cannot use these legs. So that's really important to watch out for. So you notice if I switch to a different set of legs, that little red bar down at the bottom goes away, meaning I can use any of these ones that, work here. So you got to be really careful with your weapon choices and your module choices when it comes to the weight and the energy. So when building something, you've got the mech, you got the weapons, and you've got the abilities. So each robot can have 2 abilities. Each robot can usually hold between 2 and 5 weapons, depending on which pieces you have to put together. And then, of course, like I said, for your mech, you got your torso, your chassis, and your 2 shoulders. Now, if you want to change a pilot, you just click over here where it says pilot profile. And then down at the bottom, you can see which pilots you currently have. And when you click on a pilot, it gives you 3 little skills. So just pick the one with the skills that you like best. Now, currently, you've got your Titan or your Alpha, and those cannot be changed once you get one of those. It was just given to you for free once you hit level 5, I think it was. And nothing's changeable. So the Titans are the way they are, at least right now. That's the way they have it set up. Now to get robot parts, you just have to play the game and you're going to earn credits. And you can click on shop and go over to mech parts. So right now there's 3 mech parts available. If I buy one of these, the other 2 will disappear and 3 new ones will pop up. Or I can choose to buy all 3, but it's more expensive to buy 3 all at once than it is to buy each item separately. So it does cost more credits to buy all 3 at the same time. But if you want all 3 items, like let's just say all 3 of these are something you want, you do have the opportunity to buy all 3 or buy just one. Now, what I've noticed is about every 3 games, I can come in here and buy a robot part or a weapon or a module. So every 2 to 3 games, if you do well, you should earn enough credits to buy a part. But in the shop, you've got your mech parts, you got your weapons, and you've got your abilities. So you can buy pretty much everything right there. If you click on inventory, you can see exactly what you have. This is pretty much showing me everything. I can see the torsos, I can see just the chassis, I can see the shoulders, I can see my weapons, and then I can see which abilities I have. Now they will be adding more robots, but currently we have a Tyr, we have a Varangian, which I've never heard of before. We've got a Phantom, which teleports, which is awesome. We've got a Lancelot, we've got a Bulgasari, we've got a Bulwark, we've got a Fury, we've got an Ares, and we got that guy again. And you can mix and match pretty much any of these parts you want at any time. For example, we got Fury legs, Phantom torso, Tyr shoulders, and Ares shoulders. Now the torso has an ability built into it, so whatever torso I'm using is going to have an ability. So for example, the Phantom torso teleports. So as long as you've got the Phantom torso on here, your robot is going to be able to teleport. The Tyr torso will heal people. The Bulgasari, that's got a little thing where it shoots rockets that rain down on the enemies. So each torso has its own ability. Now, if I scroll my mouse over one of these torsos, you're going to see the abilities over here. So Tyr has something called Healing Drone. Varangian has something called Shield Dome. The Phantom torso has Flashback, which is a teleport. We got the Bulwark, which has something called Transfusion. So every time you click on or move your mouse over or click on one of these, you can read about the ability that each torso has. The legs and the shoulders don't have any abilities, just the torsos. But again, whichever torso you're using, doesn't matter what the other parts are, that's the ability your robot's going to have. And then when you install your 2 modules, each one of those are an ability as well. So there's going to be 3 different keys for abilities, and then each Titan has its own built-in abilities. Now, as far as weapons, you do got to pay attention because weapons have weight and weapons also have energy drain. Now, when you click on the abilities, you're going to see the abilities do have an energy drain as well. So you got to add up the energy drain from your weapons and the abilities you want to use and make sure you're not going to put too much on the robot. So if I'm building a robot and I know I want to build something crazy with like 5 weapons, I'm going to try to find the legs that have the most armor, the most health, and all that kind of stuff, and the most weight. But remember that the heavier the legs and stuff like that, more than likely you're not going to get as much speed. So less weapons, lighter legs, more than likely you're going to be faster. So all that stuff plays into it. I don't mind being a little slower to be tankier and get some extra weapons and stuff like that. Now, when you go into the shop, all weapons currently are 2,800 tokens. Same thing with robot parts. So each thing is going to be about 2,800 tokens, but weapons do cost, not weapons, modules cost a little less. The ability modules are 1,700 tokens. And once you get blueprints, you can actually craft some of these items with these other tokens up here on the top right corner that look like a little gear. You'll earn blueprints just by playing the game and leveling up and stuff like that. And once you get one, you can craft any item you want. Now, if I go look into my inventory, you're going to notice on the Bulgasari torso, it says I have a blueprint. So if I click on that, I can hit craft. And for 140,000 of these tokens with the gear, I can actually just go ahead and make that piece right then and there. If you do not have a blueprint, you can't craft it, but eventually you'll get blueprints for a lot of these things, and then you can just craft them. Now, as you buy robot parts, you will earn these tokens. So normally that gives you tokens when you buy something with your gold credits, which is very cool. And as you rank up, you're going to get different rewards. Like when I hit level 9, I got blueprints for a Shredder and a Scourge. So now I can just build a Shredder and Scourge anytime I want, as long as I have enough of those little gear credits. So every level you go up, you're going to get a bunch of stuff, which is really cool. And I think the levels go up to about level 30. So every one of these things, you're going to get some really nice stuff up until you hit level 30. So currently, everything in the game is just play to get it. You don't actually have to spend any more real money once buying the game, but there will be some things like a battle pass and I think a, like a VIP currency or something being added at some point. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the battle button, and we're going to go into a game and play a game, and we'll do a little bit of a gameplay tutorial on this as well to kind of guide you through how to do well while playing the game, because it's a beacon game. You got to capture the beacons to win. It's not about really killing the other robots. It's about capturing enough beacons. And a lot of you guys already know how to play War Robots Mobile, but this game is actually very different than the mobile version of War Robots. So let's go do some gameplay and do it to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We do War Robots content and War Robots Frontiers on this channel. All right, so the game is starting, and what we're going to do is pick our first robot, and we are going to go after our first beacon. So let's go ahead and run this way. Now, if you hit the shift key, you're going to do a dash, which can get you moving really fast. If you hit the space bar, you've got your jump. So currently, I've remapped my keys for the 3 abilities, but you know, WASD is up, down, left, right. Shift for dash, space for jump. That's how it starts out. Right mouse will zoom in, which is awesome. Left mouse will fire your weapons. Now, you'll notice there's a little number of how much ammo I have back behind my weapons. Well, when that turns green when I'm shooting at an enemy, that means I'm at optimal distance to do good damage. If those are orange or red or something like that, that means you don't have a good distance and you're not going to be doing much damage when you shoot the enemies. So you do want to pay attention to that. Some weapons have like long range abilities, some have close range abilities. And we're going to go ahead and try to put up our first ability there. We got our healing thing right there. If we go inside of this, we're going to heal up, and this thing works awesome. So Tira's ability is healing, just like in the War Robots regular game. We're going to back off here a little bit. And this is the very second day of early access testing. So this game isn't 100% live, but it is currently on Steam. It's on My Games, and it's also going to be coming out on like Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that eventually. So right now we're going to go ahead and move on over here. We're going to try and get rid of this guy real fast. That's old grumpy somebody. I think that's a real player there. Right now there's a lot of bots because this is day number 2 of the game being out. So you got some real players, you got some bots. It's a little bit different. Now we used one of my other abilities to put the energy shield up. We stole this guy's beacon, but this guy's being a big old pain. They blew me up, so time to get another thing. All right, here comes my teammates to keep holding the beacon. Now, if you're playing with bots, I would definitely suggest running with the pack. All right, run with the pack of bots, guys. When you go off by yourself, I noticed the enemy bots will hunt you down in packs of 2 or 3 or 4 sometimes. They all run together. Now when it's all real players, it's probably going to be a little bit different. So for now, we're just kind of, we don't know if we're going to have real players or bots in here just because they're, you know, the game is so new. But remember, the bots are actually brutal. They're probably harder to play against than real players because they seem to have perfect aim. They do travel in packs. The bots run with tactics. So right now my team has 2 out of the 5 beacons. It looks like we just got 3 out of the 5. So right now we kind of want to protect the beacons. Now this robot has shotguns, so of course these do the most damage when you're up close. But right now I'm going to put on Bulwark's ability, so when they shoot at me, I think you kind of like reflect the bullets. There's a whole pack over there, guys. We cannot compete against that. But I think if they didn't change it, I haven't looked, but the way his ability was working on the early testing, I've been a beta tester for this for months, but they've really came out with a completely new version. Oh my god, they blew me up. The bots, I'm telling you, the bots are brutal. That is a bot right there, and it's brutal. But the Bulwark, it would kind of reflect some of the bullets, and as you were shot with it, it would reload your weapons. So now we're going to grab the Bulgasari. It looks like my team is currently losing, but yeah, when you come up against you versus a whole pack of the enemies, more than likely you're going to lose. Alright, there's a guy there. We're going to go ahead and hit him with our rockets. Ba-bam! We just used our robot's ability and smashed that guy up with some rockets. So let's go in over here. We just blew him up. We want to go back and steal this beacon. Be careful when you like turbo boost because you will bounce right off of walls and obstacles if you're not careful. You can be like, bam, and you'll like bounce off the side, or sometimes if you dash into it at full speed, you'll actually just bounce backwards, and that kind of delays your movement. So right now we need to worry about, oh, I got my ability back already, it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hit somebody with rockets here. with the ability rockets. He just blew up my guy, and we can ping this dude. So our teammates could, oh, we just blew him up. Good, good. We'll ping this guy. Oh, there's a whole pack of them. We're going to run because they will brutally destroy me when there's this many of them. So we're going to ping those guys. So hopefully my bot team will come out to help and destroy them. And once we ping them, we can actually see them for a little while afterwards. And let's go ahead and try and get this dude. We got to really watch out here because there's bots surrounding me. Alright, they're all surrounding me. So we're going to kind of protect our beacon over here. We're not worried too much about killing these guys or fighting these guys. We're worried about protecting the beacon and winning the game. Alright, look, here comes two of them in the pack. They are going to destroy me, guys. Come on, come on. Oh, destroyed. Let's bring out the Titan. Let's bring out the Titan. I think my Titan should be ready. Now, the kill cam does take a little while. That's a little bit of a pain, but we do have a kill cam, and we can't just spawn instantly to come back and protect our beacon. We got to wait till the kill cam ends. So I know some people aren't going to like that feature. Some people probably will. Now, the Titan has crazy abilities. We're going to just blast somebody with some lasers. There we go. Check this out. Here we go. We're going to hit these guys with some rockets and some laser beams. Look at that. Zap. Destroyed. Destroyed. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and beat these guys up. We're going to back off a little bit. What am I stuck on? I'm not really sure. So I'm going to run down this way. Right now our team is winning. So we're going to come over here and try to beat these dudes up. Alright, so we're gonna try and beat the heck out of these guys. I gotta reload. It looks like there's a couple of them coming after me. So let's just keep shooting at this guy and see if we can get him. Normally the Titans are very tough. We're gonna laser beam. Oh, we got him with the laser. Yeah, these Titan abilities are just brutal. These are brutal. So currently I've got E, F, and C, I think, as my 3 ability buttons, which I did map because I don't really like the key mapping that it came with, so you can change your keys to however you want it to be. So let's go ahead and hit these guys. He's almost dead. And I need to reload my ammo. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Reload. There we go. We got, oh, they blew me up. All right. So let's go ahead and bring another robot in. Hopefully my team wins this. It looks like we're doing pretty good overall. Let's go ahead and start off with robot number 1. This one's got 5 weapons. This has a lot of firepower. Oh wait, this is not the 5 weapon one. I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong robot. But that's okay. Right now the enemy team has pretty much all the beacons. Alright, we destroyed that guy. That's good. Ouch, he jumped on my head. Get off me, sir. We're going to go ahead and put a healing thing down right here. So if I take damage while I'm inside of that, I will heal up. That guy can go get this beacon. I'm going to go steal the one back here. Let's go ahead and dash over this way a couple times. And I did forget to mention the fuel meter. If you see right next to my crosshairs on the right of that, there's a little fuel meter. So you've got like usually 3 or 4 dashes worth or 3 or 4 jumps. And you can kind of fly as well. We'll fly over to Beacon C here in a minute. After we grab this one, we're going to just have a nice little flight over to C. So I'm going to make sure I save all of my jump fuel for the big flight here. And we're going to turn into Superman. Ready? Woo! Superman time. So right now I'm going to go ahead and let off at the jump. We got a little more fuel. Let's hit it again. And then we flew pretty far. If you play it just right, sometimes you can fly all the way over to that beacon. I think somebody just shot me, so I'm going to try to... Oh, I hit the wall. I'm going to try and dash so I can get over there quicker. Now, these big legs are very slow. I got big, slow legs on this guy. It looks kind of funny. The legs look too big for the body, but that's okay. For some reason, I think these Punishers have a very high energy capacity, so I wasn't able to put 4 Punishers on a robot without having some big old giant legs. Alright, let's move on over this way. And we're going to go ahead and grab this beacon. Currently, The red bar is at 98%. That's not good. I think that means we are about to lose. So the enemy team seems to have held the beacons. Yeah, we lost. But unfortunately, when you're playing with mostly bots, so on the other team that won, it looks like there were probably 2 real players. My team only had 1 real player, which was me. The rest of those were bots. And the other team, no, the other team actually had, I think the other team had 3 real players. I'm not 100% sure, but normally the bots don't do over 1 million damage, I've noticed. But either way, that's pretty much how the game works. So I hope we covered most of the important stuff that you guys need to know, so we didn't make the video 3 hours long. It's already long enough, so I think that's going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome War Robots content. Hit that little bell and set those notifications all. That way the game, or YouTube I mean, notifies you anytime we make new uploads or anything like that. If you want to help support the channel, check out the join button or the thank you button down below the video. There's a bunch of cool links and things like that in the video's description to my other YouTube channels, the Danny Lightning merch store, and a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, I think that wraps this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Lightning out. Have an awesome day. See ya.